Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining us. It is just after 1 p.m. on this lovely Tuesday. Today we have How to Sell on Takealot with Errol Hurwitz. I am going to hand straight over to him because he is definitely the expert in the subject matter, and we look forward to an hour's webinar with Errol sharing all his expertise on the subject. So thank you so much, Errol, for your time this afternoon. We look forward to learning more from you.
Hi, thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction. My name's Errol Hurwitz. I've been at 𝐓𝐡𝐞 on the panel. So we look at new businesses coming in and we decide exactly where they need help. And I've had a good, solid affiliation with 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Great organization, great people. And thank you also to Tracy and to everybody else from the 𝐓𝐡𝐞 team that helped me with this webinar. So I appreciate it. I'm going to switch soon to the slides. I want to show you slides. It's very interesting. I'll just give you a little bit of my background. I was the financial director and operations officer for a multinational healthcare company for about 10 to 12 years, operations and finance. Traveling a lot, away from home, a lot of my kids growing up a lot without me, which was very difficult. Eventually, my wife and I decided that even though the money was good and the prestige was good of such a job, it was better to come back to South Africa and try to make not travel so much. And that's where I ended up looking at, I was doing business consulting, and I had a car rental business that was running, which COVID took care of that, and ended up selling on Takealot. It's been a good living for us, and it gives us time, and we're able to even work when we're not always at home. So really nice. So anybody wanting to join Takealot as a sellers, I highly recommend it if you can. The main thing that you need to remember is that you do need to have a good product to sell. The Takealot platform is more technical, but you still need to sell something. So you're going to have you need to have a product. I'll take you through the different ways that we can sell and the different types of products, but we're going to get to that soon. And that's it. So how do I switch to? Thank you. Okay, just bear with me a second. I'm going to be sharing mostly from my own platform. There we go. Thank you. So a lot of people, I've heard people say to me, they almost seem like worried that it's going to be impossible to get an account for Takealot. But it's really not impossible, because as much as you want to sell on Takealot, Takealot want you to sell on their platform, provided we're going to go through certain reasons that you shouldn't be selling on Takealot if that's what you want. But anyhow, so this screen here, you can see when you sell on Takealot, you optimize your growth. You now selling to 3 million people out there that you didn't have before. So whether you have already a product that you're supplying for shops, or you have a shop and you now want to sell online, it's definitely the way to go. And this is where it is. So the benefit of Takealot, and just by the way, I'm not employed by Takealot. I don't get a commission from Takealot. I just want to share that I've been able to make a living from it, and hopefully you guys can as well. So I'm hoping that that's good. Takealot is spending billions on advertising. So most people that want to buy stuff online immediately just go online to Takealot and they order. Hopefully will be our products that they're taking. There's also the couriers that Takealot have vetted and made sure that you've got great couriers. We just have to send our products to the Takealot at the moment, Cape Town and Johannesburg. Soon Durban as well, but that's all. We send a box of our products to there, and Takealot will take over from there. When a customer comes in, they will secure your payment for you. They will make sure you get paid, and they will then ship your product to the customer. So from that point of view, it's really fantastic. The other benefit of working through Takealot is that you have the customer, if they're not happy, they will return the product. I've heard a lot of sellers complaining because it seems to be very pro the person buying the product and not the seller. And it's true that the seller needs to take the full brunt of that. But on the other hand, that's the reason that people go first choice to Takealot in most cases. So really, it's not a big thing. If you've got a decent product, you're going to have small percentage of returns, which you'll bear, but that's the reason the sellers take it there. Okay. Just so this slide, you can see it's really, really simple, guys. I'm happy if anybody wants to ask questions. If it's going to disrupt too long, we're not going to have time, then we'll just shift to maybe the end of the presentation for questions. But in the meantime, I am happy to take questions. So you can see it very simple. Another question that I get a lot is when people are applying to sell on Takealot, do they need to have a registered business? The answer is not at all. You can be a sole trader. You can trade in your own name. Instead of putting in a registered business number, you'll put in your ID number or passport if you're from overseas. Really not a problem. Once again, you can see individual. This is, just have a look, very simple. There's no hidden, no catch filling out, all very simple. There, if you have a VAT number, you put it in. Even if you don't have a VAT number, it's not a problem. I know some of the other platforms like Macro Marketplace, for example, do require to have a VAT number. Takealot, you don't need to have. So again, are you a supplier to retailers? You just put in what you have without fear. Really, there's no concern. No one's out to get you. Then they want to know, do you have branded products or don't you? We're going to get to that because Takealot's quite sticky when it comes to certain brands, but I'm not going to let the cat out yet. We're going to get to that. Again, just showing you very simple answers, not difficult at all. Here's the slightly, for those technically challenged, go get a teenager and they can help you. Any pictures that you have on your computer of what you're selling already, they will want to see that. If they want more information, you haven't given enough, they will email you to please provide the next amount as well. Okay, so that's up to here. This is the process that you can get your account. Now, there's a few things that I want you to understand so that when we talk about how Takealot works, it's going to be important for your journey. This here, the concept of buy box. When you're looking at this product here, this drawing pencil set, you can see there's a green button on the right-hand side saying add to cart. And that product is going for 154 Rand. When you click add to cart, it's going to take this product that is sold by KMT. Is there any way for me to use my mouse? They can see my mouse. Oh, yeah. Thank you. So you can see, so this, as I push add to cart, it will go to KMT. Have a look here that underneath on this side, the toy room is selling it for 155. It's 1 Rand more expensive than 154. Therefore, KMT will get the buy box, meaning the customer will push add to cart and the sale will go to KMT. Now, this is important, guys, because here, this is called Takealot Marketplace. Marketplace implies that there's competition on all of these products. And therefore, whoever's cheaper in this case is going to get the buy box, meaning they will get to sell this product. If the toy room drops to 153, then they will most probably get the buy box. The reason I say most probably, there are other factors as well. I'm going to get to that a little bit later. Okay, so it's important to know the buy box because we're going to get to a different strategy. Obviously, the person with the buy box is the person that's going to get the sale 90% of the time. It is possible that I can go down and click on this cart and get from the toy room, but I mean, I haven't heard of that. It's very rare unless there's a reason or something. So So that's how we get the buy box. You've got to remember that word buy box. Okay. I wanted to explain to you now, there's two main kinds of strategies from speaking to people that run Takealot businesses. I'll tell you what my preference is, but the truth is I've seen people making money from Takealot from both strategies, and I'm going to tell you the first strategy is called a poaching strategy. In order for me to sell this collagen snail serum, if I can get hold of this product, it will take me literally 2 minutes for me to open up and start competing with these pictures here, with this collagen picture. So you can see here, there's 59 Rand that this product is selling for, and there's another one below that for 70 Rand. And if I go to this one, I took off my cell phone because it's showing him a bit more information. There's another, besides the 59 and 70, there's another 9 offers. So there's 11 people competing for this product. What that means basically is that when 11 people are competing on one picture, you can be sure that your margins are very, very small. And the person who's going to win here is somebody who's really able to have buying power. They're going to buy in big bulk, and then they're going to sell it, but they're competing with 11 different people. Now, the benefit of poaching and taking other people's pictures is that there's something else that I want to explain to you, which we're going to get to soon. And that is that these pictures have been around. You can see there's 196 reviews. When I type in face serum, chances are this product's going to come to either the first or the second page. So the algorithm will work out, because it's selling so much and it's been around, it's going to start selling immediately. The negative side is that there's 11 people competing on this product, and everybody wants the buy box that we just discussed, and therefore you're going to not make much margin at all. You better make sure you're getting a very, very cheap price for this product, because otherwise, after taking Takealot's fees into account and all your competition, you're really going to be left with nothing. So the benefit is that you can start selling it immediately, and your product will be near the top when people are searching for a face serum. This collagen snail will come up almost for sure right on the top, because so many people, it's such a popular product. Okay. Now, the second strategy, so the first strategy is I'm just taking other people's products and I'm starting to sell it. The reason is because it's fast moving, as I said. Here's the second strategy, and that is that I want to eliminate competition. There's two ways to eliminate competition. One is by having a brand. So you can see here that this particular product, the Kids Sensory Stepping Stones, is branded The Toy Room. It's got its own brand. If anybody else wants to sell this, they need to get the brand Toy Room, which eliminates a lot of competition, especially since we import this product ourselves and it comes with branded and everything. So chances are we're not going to have competition. The negative of this is that, well, number one, we're importing, which means we have to hold quite a lot of stock, takes up cash flow and takes space. But the other reason, the other negative side of this strategy, which is that I have to nurture this product, because when people are searching for sensory toys, let's say, this product is not going to come up first because I have to nurture it. It's my product from start. So we have to start nurturing the product. I'm going to explain to you how to nurture, but it does take more time and it's got more holding costs, as we discussed, since I'm importing it and I'm holding a lot of it. It's not something that I'm just competing with everybody. And therefore, this particular product will take time to nurture and get going. One of the ways you can see there's a sale sign over there, which which I'm going to explain to you shortly. We did a sale on Takealot, and that helps us to boost the sale and get people to have a look at it, which in turn changes the algorithm that people can start to find our product sooner. Just by the way, this is my preference, no question, as opposed to people that are poaching other people's products, because there's no margins there. this product, once I have the patience and I start to nurture the product and get it going, when it's finally up and running, then the margins are good and I'm not worried looking over my back all the time if there's competition chasing me down. Okay, here's another example of a product that we imported and branded. This is money boxes to teach children the value of money. So to spend a bit, to have to give charity and also to save, but you can see the Toy Room brand is there. Again, protecting, even though it needs nurturing. It took us 3-4 months before we even sold one of them, but now it's starting to sell regularly and no worry about competition. Here I've put another example of how to protect products and not have so much competition. So this is great. This is if you combine 2 products together, 2 or 3 products. You can see also we've put the pet room, so it has our brand. But in addition to that, the combination means we're buying these locally, but from 2 different stores. So anybody who wants to compete with us on this product needs to find each product and makes it more difficult for them to come and compete with us. Yeah. Because we have 2 different products from 2 different stores, and therefore the chances are they're not going to find it. If they do, good luck to them. I don't believe they'll find, and if there is, there'll be one other competition, not 9 or 10 as we saw in the collagens. Now it's just one product that everybody finds. Over here we've combined 2 different products. There's a drinking portable bowl and a ball for dogs. So it's both pet related, meaning somebody would want to buy both of them, but it's from 2 different stores. So eliminating competition. That's what we really want. Here's another example of combining 2 products. There's the toy slinkies over there, and we added an emoji sticker sheet. Not very difficult to find, but someone who's out to poach and get products will rather just go on to the next product because he's not going to run around looking for emoji stickers. He'll go find another guy who's selling slinkies without the emoji. So we just add the emoji and the slinky, and they're getting the 2. The customer's getting the 2 of those. But on the other hand, nobody is able to compete, or it makes competing at least very difficult. So that's a nice touch as well. What I wanted to explain to you, I just was talking to you about the algorithm that when you type in a let's say in this case here, you're looking for chess. Now all these this came up on the first page. So that means, and you can see this. So sorry, just 1 second. The exception is this one here, which we're going to get to. You can see the word sponsored, meaning that this seller is paying for Takealot to advertise this, to put it on the first page for him. So if someone types in chess like I did when I got the slide for you, this picture came up first, but the person is paying per click. But that's not a bad idea, because if I want to start to promote my product, one of the ways to promote it is to pay for sponsoring clicks. So I'm investing a little bit in advertising, but hopefully when people buy it, my product that's branded, over time, that product will already start to climb up. That's why I call it algorithm, because the algorithm means when they're searching for the product, it will come up to the first or second page. So that's very powerful. So that's what we want from all these chessboards here. Just came up on the first page because they are, you can see this one has got 230 reviews and 4.8 stars. So people are buying it and it's moving up quickly. Here is a sale. This is a non-paid sale, which I'm going to get to. Takealot offer promotions where you can drop your price because it's a promotion that you're offering, but we're going to get to that shortly. This is this is the dashboard of Takealot. When you join Takealot, you will get a very useful, user-friendly interface for which to work. But I just wanted to show you, when I'm nurturing a product that I myself, I mean, if I'm competing, I'm jumping around, but if I'm competing with 10 other people on a product, I tend not to advertise because, first of all, there's not much margin in it since 10 people are competing with one product. And secondly, I don't need to nurture this product to bring it up to the top, because when I'm poaching, I'm already poaching a product that's very popular. The chances are it's already going to be to the top. So in this case, I would be advertising for products that I'm nurturing myself so that I can bring it up. This is what it looks like. You buy credit, and then there's graphs, etc., just to show you. Takealot give you information on how well your product is doing, how many people clicked on it, and how many actually went ahead and bought your product or bought other products similar to yours. This, once you okay, you guys remember I was talking about the buy box. The person that has the best price will get the product that will people will be buying. So they won't go to your competition, they'll go to you if you're winning the buy box. These two slides are examples of software that you can buy that will compete for you. And I'll explain what I mean. When I first started Takealot, let's just give you an example. Let's say this table tennis set here. Let's assume that there's 5 people competing for it. And these people, every time there is a price, let's say the table set's going for 200 Rand or 190, you can see here. Then I will go onto my dashboard and change it to 189 or 185. Then I get the buy box. Then someone else will drop it to 170 and they will get the buy box. So I found myself during dinner and when we're supposed to be relaxing, watching movie with a family, or just relaxing or sleeping even, or when it's Shabbat and I'm not able to go onto the computer, I found myself losing the buy box. So that means I have to continuously be looking to beat the price that I'm on. And the family were getting irritated with me because I'm always looking at my phone and I'm always fixing things up. So thank God there's this software, these 2 different softwares here that I've included for you to see. This one is called Shop Deploy, and this one is called Palmetrics. I haven't written it here, but it's called Palmetrics, but does the same thing. Besides for analyzing your sales, etc., that's not really what I wanted it for. But I was able to put in here, this kids makeup set, I was able to put in my price that I was happy to sell it at, assuming there's no competition. And the 185 over here is the minimum price that I was prepared to go to in competing for the buy box. Because let's say that my cost is already, after taking Takealot fees into account, I'll break even. So I put my minimum price and I put my maximum price. The software will now, even when I'm sleeping, even on Saturday when I'm not working, the software will keep on fighting, and it's really inexpensive. I highly recommend. Both of them are good, Shop Deploy and Palmetrics, and there's a host of other softwares out there. Since I've started, I've just stopped looking. But this is an amazing software that will help you to compete and get your product to win the buy box every time. Let's just go to, so that's Palmetrics. This is maybe a little bit easier on the eye for now, but you can see here's magnetic stick building kits for kids, and I've got a range between 175 and 275. So this software also tells me how many competitors there are. You can see generally I don't have much competition, I'm proud to say, because I really do work hard at eliminating competition by nurturing my own products and not just poaching and competing with everybody else. I mean, it's important to know that if you believe you can compete with people and you are happy to make smaller margins and you can get the bulk, that's also fine. This is my preference that I'm sharing. Right. Now, another question that I've been asked over and over is that within Takealot, there's if you've ever bought on Takealot, you'll see there's different time lapses or time lags before you get the product. This particular product is a phone holder. You just put your mobile phone on when you want to lie in bed or on your desk or whatever and check it. In this case, The cheaper price is 94 Rand, but it's going to take 7 to 9 working days for this guy, Lekker Local, for his product to reach you. Underneath here, you see fastest delivery, it's 99 Rand, but you get it tomorrow. When you have your stock in stock, as opposed to lead time, or lead time versus in stock, what that means is this 7 to 9 work days means that this Lekker Local guy is carrying the stock in his own warehouse. And then he'll get an order. I'll show you how that looks soon on the dashboard, but he'll get the order for his Takealot order. And then he's got to send his shipment into Takealot, and then Takealot will then in turn send it to you. So it can take between 7 to 9 working days. It's quite hard. Sometimes you can do it quicker. But in this particular case, a lot of people want it tomorrow, and they're happy to pay the extra 5 Rand over there to get it tomorrow. So that's leading me already to the benefit of putting stock into Takealot warehouse, as opposed to keeping it in your warehouse. And then when you get an order, you send it in, which I'm going to get to now, all the different benefits of that. Let me just show you. Here's a lead time order that I received for this Fluffy Bear notebook. It comes in like this. So now I see I've got a lead time order, and I've got to send it in by the 22nd of August. I did it a couple of days ago. Okay. Here's the advantages of in stock. Putting my stock into Takealot and letting it sit there. Number one, more sales. People want their stock tomorrow. They don't want to wait. The other thing is that when I get a lead time order, the courier does cost money to send your stock into Takealot. And therefore, if I'm reacting to a sale, I may not be, I'm just sending 1 or 2 or 3 items that I got on lead time. I have to pay for that, the courier as well. Whereas if the stock's already sitting in Takealot, I've already sent it in bulk to Takealot, so it was much cheaper to send it in, and Takealot just take care of it. There's no pressure of me running now to start to ship things in if I've got other pressure. They've ordered it, it's sitting in Takealot warehouse, and it goes straight to the customer. So that's ideal. For me, much better to keep it in stock for the reasons that I've told you. Some people like to keep it not in stock for the following reasons. One, they may be selling to other people. They might be selling to shops, or they might have their own shop where they're selling the same product. And therefore, wherever it goes first, if it goes on Takealot, they're happy to take it out their warehouse and send it to Takealot. So that's one reason people do it. And the other reason people wait until they get an order before sending it in is that when there's a product that isn't selling and it's sitting in the Takealot warehouse, you will be charged, even though I don't believe it's a lot. It's from a few Rand, depending how big it is. But those are the 2 reasons why you would want to keep it in stock or keep it in your own warehouse. Right. The next thing to know, Takealot have already vetted for you. They have a list of preferred couriers. The courier guy, or we use the courier guy, or we use Fastway. I use mostly Fastway. I have friends that use courier guy, but there are others, and they've, like I said, they've been vetted by Takealot, and therefore you really shouldn't have any problems. Although there's always a problem, but not anything unusual more than the regular running. So I wanted to just show you this. It's very simple. I buy these labels that you can see here, this orange label from Fastway. It comes pre-numbered. And I put that on the box together with this shipping label that Takealot will give you on your dashboard. You just print that. And then there's a part, again, don't worry too much about the technical side of it, but you get this, and you just show that you want it delivered. You say it's delivered by Fastway. You just put this on your computer, and you put the number here, which is this, which would be the number of the actual label of Fastway, of your courier. But I suppose in a long-winded way, I'm trying to say that it's to get your stuff to Takealot, since Takealot have already made sure that you're dealing with reputable courier companies, I think this area is also very easy. The next part about of Takealot, which is very important, is to understand the fees. A lot of people are looking and thinking that they can sell something. In this case, there's I'm selling interactive suction cup spinners, and the selling price is 129 in this particular instance. For so toys is 129. I'm selling it for 129, but you've got two fees here. The 1718 is 13.8% actually of that 129 plus 48 Rand 30. Now, every sale that I do of toys, you have these two components. The 48 Rand 30 is standard. The 1780 is a percentage, so it will vary. It's 13.8% of the 129. But you're looking at 62 Rand 90. So by the time you're done, you can already see that you're left with 35 Rand. And I haven't put the cost of the product in. So people, you have to know that when you are selling something, especially cheap like 79 Rand, chances are you're not going to be making money, or you're making very little, because you're only going to be making what if your product is less than that 35 Rand. I hope everybody can understand it. Again, 79 Rand is my selling price. And you can see that the fees are 34 Rand 50 plus 9 Rand, leaving me with 35 Rand net profit. And then I still have to take the price of my fees or of my product off. Here's an example. So here is an example where the fees are slightly less. You can see here for toys that the category of toys will give you a 48 Rand plus 13.8% fee. Whereas in this case, stationery is 34 Rand 50 plus, say, 11% of this product. So it's also important to decide which category you're going to put your product, because the fees will vary accordingly. If I had to put fruit-scented washable color markers under toys, let's say, I would be paying quite a bit more, 48 Rand plus 13%, as opposed to 34 Rand plus 11%, rounding off. So very important to get your fees correct there. One of the things that people do in order to avoid the fees, now it's interesting. If I go back here to toys at 48 Rand, the fulfillment fee, or stationery at 34 Rand, you can see that per sale, that's what I'm paying. The percentage is slightly different because depending what I'm charging, that will be the percent. But you can see it's a lot less than the fulfillment fee. What people are doing, therefore, is they bulk selling, as the heading says. Here, the person is selling 12 Cokes, because whatever that fee is, let's say it's 48 Rand a sale. If I was selling one bottle of Coke, it's 48 Rand that the fee is already for me to start, plus the percentage, and then the cost of my Coke bottle as well. And that, so you can see I'm going to be needing to charge a hell of a lot of money for a liter of Coke, as opposed to here, what the person has done is they've put 12 liter Cokes together, 12 1-liter Cokes, because I'm still paying the same fulfillment fee, and then the percentage just adjusts accordingly. It now becomes feasible for me as a seller, and that's why you'll see this quite a lot, especially when the items that you are advertising are not so expensive. It pays you because your cost per Coke bottle, your Takealot fees are going to be much less. So you've got to remember, guys, when you're selling, it might be important to bulk sell as well. So there's one example. What I did here is you can get a quantity variant. So the one pack, I think I'm selling it for 79 Rand. This is a kid frog plates. We actually got it for Pesach, but now we got quite a lot. So you can see there's 1 pack, 2 pack, and 4 pack. And if I'm selling for 1 pack for 79, let's say 2 of those will be 158. But since I'm getting a discount on my I'm still paying the same. Let's say I'm paying 48 Rand, whether I sell 1 pack or 2 pack or 4 packs, I'm able to offer substantial discounts on the 2 pack and the 4 pack because I'm getting that discount on the sales, since I'm only paying one sales fee to Takealot. So it's a good idea to have variant packs to do that as well. And therefore you save money and have a better offering for your customers. Here's some slides just to show you how the dashboard works, what it looks like. Over here, you can see here's different items that I'm selling on the dashboard. And you can see that this here is how many I have in stock. So I hope you can see with the mouse. I've got 11 in Cape Town, 7 in Joburg. This 11 in Cape Town tells me that I've got 25 days. So it means I'm selling one every 2 days and a bit. And then I can add how many I want to send here. Very simply, I just click on here. At the end, when I say confirm shipment, I'll get all my labels and everything already printed for me. That makes it very easy. Here is the same thing again, the same thing, but now it's with the selling price that I can play with. I can adjust that and I can look, and you can see it's very user friendly. Here's my selling price. Here I can put how much stock I have at my warehouse for lead time selling. And then over here is what's sitting at Takealot itself. This is just a snapshot. Once I've put confirm shipment, you can see that I have these labels ready to print. You get already printed, you get labels already that's on a sheet of paper, 45 labels, which is what Takealot like. Again, we're doing technical, but I just wanted you to see, not to be scared, that you just put like you would any piece of paper in the printer. In this case, you put your labels. Might need a little bit of tweaking, but again, that's technical. You print it, and then you put this actual label onto your product, which then goes in a big box off to Takealot warehouse with your courier and ready to be sold to your customer. Here is if you want to look at your sales, it's also part of the dashboard. Nice to show you, not to be scared, easy to look at. I can see what's being sold and how much. This little flag over here is showing me that there's a certain promotion that I've now activated. So this was sold on promotion. There really is a lot of information for us to look at, a lot of data, how much things are being sold per day, per month. And you can also, this red marking here is the fees that I'm paying for this particular sale. I'm doing a set of 2 because I want to reduce per item the sales costs. And so therefore the net sales of this before taking the product cost is 80 Rand. This is what if you want to now go to promotions, guys, which I really recommend. I find my sales at least double or triple when I put on promotions. The most common one is daily deals. People tend to, if you go look on Takealot, it shows you in your face, look what daily deals are on. The thing is that you do need to have good offering for Takealot to accept your particular item for these promotions. So you get different. This is a lot for less. So people will put together quite a few of their items and offer that promotion. Daily deal. Again, you need to know that you've got your variant. If you normally sell something for 150 Rand and you now put it on a daily deal, well, daily deal said you need a minimum of 20 Rand discount. So, but again, guys, this is technical, but it's nice to know that this offer is here and it is well advertised by Takealot for those people wanting to get the benefit of that. Okay, just another example. This is from the customer's perspective. You can see that the daily deals are, this is how it looks, really nicely. And across here, you can see all the deals, the specials that Takealot are offering. If you can, and you've got a good product, You know, I often use the specials even when I'm not making that much margin, because let's say I'm importing 50,000 Rand worth of products from China and I'm now sitting with a lot of them. All that money I had to spend a lot because of importing in bulk. Now I'm selling at my usual cost, but occasionally I have a deal which will just get rid of a lot of that stock at small margins, but not to worry because I'm getting my cash in. So that really makes a big difference for me. Okay, guys, here's where I've seen people come short. It's happened to me as well. And it's happened to so many people that I've spoken to. I was selling a product once on Takealot that was a mask for the face for ladies. The mask, you know, it was a like a clay that I put on a lady's face, and then you peel it off, and it's supposed to get rid of acne or clean up the face. But the problem was that this was a brand that was already registered and taken by someone else. And this product came from China that was a mimic of the original product. It was not the original product. Takealot closed my account down, guys, straight away. And whatever I did, telling them I didn't mean it, I didn't know. This is something that Takealot are non-negotiable on. They are so difficult. And even those who believe they have contacts in Takealot, I've seen them fall short when it comes to this. Anything that's a counterfeit product, Monopoly, I took Monopoly specifically because I've seen you can get it at Edenvale or Bruma or those China markets. You can get this product and you can buy it for probably 100 Rand when the official importers of Monopoly are bringing it in for 250, 300 Rand. So clearly that's a counterfeit product. You've got to be very careful. If you're selling a Nike tacky for 200 Rand, chances are you've got a counterfeit product there. Takealot are ruthless when it comes to counterfeit, and they will close you down. There are a few other infringements you can do. You'll get a warning. With this one, guys, finished. The minute you counterfeit, it's over. Now, people have asked me the question, which I'm going to get to now. So I hope that's clear. Counterfeit, stay away. If you're even not sure, you know, if you're selling a Spider-Man action figure and you got it for 20 Rand, chances are it's counterfeit. Just be careful. Rather don't sell it. I wanted to explain to you.
If I may ask, if you don't label it as a brand, would that be okay if it's not a genuine product?
If you don't label it, you're saying?
Yes.
Can you make up an example for me?
When you try to add products on the Takealot, there's a brand attribute. If you just write
Yes.
Monopoly, you don't put that little Monopoly, that blue one, underneath,
Yes.
would you
Yes.
be able to do that?
Okay, so what can I ask your name?
Yes, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Jonathan, so I'm going to answer you like this. You just tell me if I'm getting you correctly. If on the when a person loads his product onto Takealot to start selling, there's the option of putting in the actual brand of that product, which you want to put in a brand if it's a proper brand, and therefore you protect it. Yes. However, what you're saying is, I'm getting a Monopoly set, but I'm not putting the name Monopoly onto the branding.
Yes,
but then when you, yes, but like in this case, you can see the brand Monopoly over here, but the picture also is showing Monopoly. So you're going to have a problem because you're still selling a Monopoly set, you know? So, you know what I've seen actually, Jonathan, just to tell you, I've seen, for example, Lego, you saw my money boxes. They look like Lego. I showed them in an earlier slide. In fact, I'll show you quickly just to get back there. There. So, Jonathan, can you see these money boxes here?
Yes.
They look like Lego. Now, Lego is a brand that I'm not allowed to sell. However, in the description of this product, I will put either something like inspired by Lego or Lego lookalike, but I'm not saying that I'm selling a Lego product. If you have some game that is inspired by Monopoly, you can put there inspired by Monopoly, but you cannot sell Monopoly because Monopoly is a product that is counterfeit if it's not a genuine Monopoly product. It's like selling a shoe that says Nike on for 100 Rand when it's not a real Nike product. Are you with me? Did I answer, Jonathan? Hello?
Hello. You did answer my question.
Okay, great. Does that so
Thank you very
good, Jonathan? Now, Jonathan, it's going to be interesting because the next thing I'm going to be speaking about is something called parallel imports.
Okay.
I spoke to a young man at shul, a good-looking young guy at shul the other day about the difference between counterfeit and parallel importing, which is interesting because people often get confused. In this case, can you see here? I've got this Dolce & Gabbana perfume, and there's brackets after the 100 mils that says parallel import. It says parallel importing. Now, parallel importing, in this case, let's say I went to one of the China malls and I bought a Dolce & Gabbana perfume for 20 Rand and I'm selling it. Chances are that's not a genuine Dolce & Gabbana made from Dolce & Gabbana from whichever country, let's say Paris, I don't know, wherever that product's from. So that's going to be a counterfeit product. Takealot will shut my account down, and it's actually illegal. You can actually go to prison if you do it often enough. Parallel import is slightly different. Let's assume that I go to England and I find a store that's closing down and I buy genuine Dolce & Gabbana products from the shop and I bring it back to South Africa in my suitcase, or I bring it in and I pay the duties. Either way, I then sell it Dolce & Gabbana. Now, this product's not being brought in by any agent that Dolce & Gabbana supply for South African market. It was for the UK market that I managed to get much cheaper. Therefore, I'm selling it through the incorrect channels, meaning not incorrect, but the unofficial channels of Dolce & Gabbana. This is called parallel importing. I'm calling it Dolce & Gabbana because it actually is Dolce & Gabbana. So it's not counterfeit. It's a genuine parallel import product. Look at the next slide. You can see here what it says. I'm going to just read it. The goods have been imported without the approval or license of the registered owner of that trademark, and that no guarantee or warrant. In other words, I'm bringing it in myself. Now, the normal Dolce & Gabbana, the people that bring in Dolce & Gabbana, whichever company bring them in, they will offer, let's say, they'll take the product back and they'll give you a refund if you're not happy with this product. In this case, Takealot are telling you that any warranty claims will be covered by Takealot or the relevant third-party seller in accordance with the returns policy. Please note these goods have been imported without the approval. So when you're selling parallel imports, you just need to disclose it and say, and then you need to take responsibility if it needs to be replaced or whatever. But that's really the difference between counterfeit is when you're selling something which is not that product. It's just got the name. If I'm selling Monopoly or Nike shoes as Nike, or I'm selling a Monopoly set as Monopoly, I've copied the original Monopoly, but it isn't my Monopoly. As opposed to if I find Monopoly in a different country and I bring it in separately, not through the channels, that's allowed, but needs to be disclosed. That's called parallel importing. Okay. The last thing I wanted to discuss with you, I was hoping there'd be time for more questions, It's amazing how time flew, but that is using AI. Everybody wants to know the benefit of using AI. I personally am a big fan of AI. I even get into trouble at home when I tell my kids to use AI for their history project, and my wife gets upset that I'm not allowing them to think for themselves. But I also think it's important that people get to grips with AI. It's an amazing tool. Here I've asked it, as you can see, to write a description for a yo-yo. I said for selling online with Amazon, but just by the way, Amazon it's a lovely word. A lot of people are making a living from Amazon in America, and Takealot here is a similar platform. And Amazon in Hebrew is mazon, nation, people, and mazon, sustenance. I thought that's just a cute little touch, the word Amazon. Anyhow, I asked the AI to give a description for selling a yo-yo online. I think it took 5 seconds before I got all of this provided for by AI. It literally would take me, normally it would take me half an hour. This literally took me seconds to get it going. The only thing I can say is that it is important to read through what it's spat out at you. And I'll give you an example. In this case, it's saying, here's a description for a yo-yo you can use. It's product title, it's got responsive, it's got the description, unleash the fun and excitement, key features. It really is almost complete. What it added in this case, though, is the fact it's given some fake 5-star reviews over here. Now, obviously, you're not allowed to do that, because you can't just add reviews to something that hasn't even sold yet on Takealot. I once sold a product that I did genuinely get reviews from selling on a different platform, and I put it onto Takealot, but Takealot took it off because they wanted only reviews from Takealot customers. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I'm happy to take any questions. How do I get through? I do realize that there is an enormous amount of information that was said. Try to keep it user-friendly, which I genuinely believe it is user-friendly. Sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed when we're hearing, but it's really not too difficult. Just remember, guys, the main thing is to have an actual product. If you have the Takealot platform, no matter how good your knowledge is of the Takealot platform, if you do not have a product that you can sell, you don't have a business. It's just a great way to sell products that you do have. I just saw a question
Errol,
come
we
in.
have a question, yes, in the chat box. Sean has asked, what is your average profit margin on your product sales?
Okay, Sean, thanks for the question. As is usually my style, I don't answer very bluntly, but I just want to explain, when you say margin, there's 2 types of margins that people talk about. There's a markup, which if I buy something for 10 Rand and I sell it for 15 Rand, my profit is 5 Rand, which I divide by cost. That would give me a 50% margin. As opposed to if I buy something for 10 Rand and I sell it for 20 Rand, my margin's 100% and my markup is 100%. With Takealot, the other margin that people talk about, I'm sorry to be long-winded, but it's important. The other margin people talk about is a gross profit margin. That is when I take my profit over my sale as opposed to my cost. Don't worry if this is too common, but in a nutshell, in this case, it would be 5 Rand. 5 Rand over 10 Rand, the markup is 50%. When it comes to a GP, 5 Rand over 15 Rand, which is my sale price, would be 33%. So the GP is always less. To answer you without making things complicated, I try my best to get 100% markup. That's after taking into account Takealot fees and the cost of my product. When it comes to a GP percentage, just remember to take the Takealot fees into account, which is not the usual case with GP percentage, but maybe that's for accountants. Now, I just wanted to tell you, Sean, the reason that I'm optimistic in getting 100% markup, meaning I buy on average, whatever I buy, I want to double my money. But it's only possible to do it, I believe, is if I have my own products and I nurture that over time. And as opposed to poaching other people's products, when I think you'll be lucky to get a 10% markup, 15% markup. And that, guys, you need a lot of money. You probably need staff because you'll be running all the time to change things. And you need space in your warehouse as well to carry that stock. Whereas if I'm building slowly, so Sean, sorry, in a long-winded way, I try to get 100% markup, or say 30% GP percentage.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Errol.
Thank you, Errol.
Any other
I think
questions?
we've got time for the final question that's just come through from Monica. She has asked about the process to sell food stuff on Takealot.
To sell foodstuffs. How's it, Monica?
How would selling food products work on Takealot? Monica, are you still with us? I saw your camera on.
So the good news, Monica, is it can be done. Food products also are charged quite substantially less than other products. In other words, you saw the 48 Rand for toys and the 34 Rand for stationery. I can't remember what food is because I don't sell food, but food could even be half that price of costs. When you're selling food, there is a Takealot will want to come and inspect, or you can get an inspector and send in. I can't remember, Monica, the exact details because I don't sell it myself, but I do know that they will want a certificate to show that they want a certificate to show that your place is clean, and you also will need things like expiry dates and stuff like that. But there is a manual, and there's people at Takealot that you can ask. I'm not an expert in food products, other than to tell you, Monica, it can be done, and the fees are way lower. From Jonathan that we spoke to earlier, he just says it's 9% for food stuff. Do you know what the actual fee is besides the 9%, Jonathan? So I know there's the percentage and the actual
fee
as well.
General, it's 23 Rand. Normally it's 48 Rand.
So it's much less, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Zebi, I hope I was smiling more during the presentation than when I started. I was just nerves when I was starting, but now I'm smiling.
So I'd like you, Errol, if you wouldn't mind, just to answer the two other questions that have come through. Aki has asked
Tracy.
if you can sell second-hand products on Takealot, such as decoders, gifts, etc.
Yeah. So as long as it is, sorry, who is that? Aki that asked it.
Correct, yes.
Aki, from what I remember, again, I don't sell second-hand products. I stand corrected, but as long as it's labeled, in fact, no, sorry, I've seen second-hand cell phones. So yes, but it needs to be labeled very clearly. If you're selling second-hand products as new, once again, Takealot will close your account down because misrepresentation. However, if you're selling second-hand products and it's labeled as such, I can't see a problem with it. Can't see a problem.
And I think our final question, Errol, please, is from Dominique. How can one sell inspired by perfumes with our own brand?
Thanks, Aki, for your message. So a person has their own brand of perfume, you're saying, and they want to say inspired by one of the big brands. Is that correct?
Dominique, if you wouldn't mind joining us to answer Errol, please.
I can try to start answering it already.
Sorry, guys. I'm here. So,
how's it, Dominique?
Hi. So we've got our own brand of perfume, right, which has its own name, own brand, everything. And obviously we would use an inspired by fragrance in the bottle. So we've got Tom Ford Neroli inspired by fragrance that we obviously put in the bottle. So when we sell it to our clientele and base at the moment, it is obviously sitting as an inspired by fragrance. So when you're looking at our list, it says inspired by Tom Ford Neroli. So there's no specific or generic name tied to it. It is literally an inspired by fragrance. We've got the disclaimers that tie to it and everything. It's just, how would you then go on to sell something like that on Takealot? Would you have to kind of rename each item or not, because you're kind of using other people's names, like you were saying that parallel import, you've got Dolce & Gabbana, but that's a parallel import.
Yes. No, so Dominic, 100%. I'm not sure if you were online earlier when I was discussing Lego with Jonathan. In that case, with I put my product online, and in the description I say inspired by Lego or Lego like. In other words, I'm being very clear that I'm not selling Lego. I'm selling a product that was inspired by Lego. So Dominic, again, I'm a little bit nervous to give you a definitive answer because I would hate for you to get into trouble. But and the people at Takealot are very friendly and very educated and very geared towards answering any of your questions. But having said that, let me give it a shot. My guess is that if you would say inspired by Dolce & Gabbana or a proper big brand, not that yours not proper, but a famous brand, let's say, and you put inspired by that brand, I think you're okay. So I would put my product as what it is, and in the description say inspired by this, or possibly even in the title you could say inspired by Dominique.
Okay,
but I would just get a second opinion on that. Sorry, I'd rather.
Okay, no, that's understandable. Thank you so much, Errol.
Thank you for your input. Anyone else? Come on, I'm just not nervous anymore, and no more questions.
Errol, thank you so much for an absolutely amazing webinar this afternoon. We all have so much more clarity on the process to sell on Takealot. And to our audience, thank you for your time this afternoon. We'll be sending you a copy of the slide deck, a summary, and a copy of the recording. But before we close today, please, may I ask you to take a moment of your time to complete the feedback survey on your screen. There's only a couple of questions. I thank everyone for the positive feedback in the chat box. All the posts to thank Errol, Joseph, and everyone along together with you. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time spending the last hour with you. And just a quick update that next week we have 2 business boot camps online. The first one is on Tuesday at 1 p.m. with Ian Jacobsberg on legal and compliance. The second is on Thursday, the 29th, which is on cybersecurity with Peter Buerta. And in between that, we have personal branding with Laurie Milner, which is on the Wednesday at 9 a.m. at Ort. Please join us for more of our live workshops, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, Errol. Errol.
Yeah, how's it?
Zevi. Yeah, what's up?
How's it? Thanks
Good,
for
man. Thanks a lot. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm going to go set up my account now, and I'm going to go get stock from the toy room.
No, great, 100%.
Happy birthday for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, my wife doesn't know how to mark up properly, so I think you can go and get very good value there at the toy room.
Cool, man.
God bless everyone.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Cheers, Amy. Cheers.